and welcome to Married at First Sight, a recap review of season 16, episode 11. And my name is Deborah, and we're going to be talking about all the various couples. I do separate videos on each individual couple. And at the end of each video, there will be links above my head, and you can click on them and go to the next video. I'll also keep the links in the description box and also in the comments section. You can just click on it there as well. And now we're moving on to Gina and Clint. And remember, I told you this week was about the king and the queens of Flip. And the club, the founder of the club was Eris. The CEO of the club is Kirsten. I'm putting Nicole as a charter member of the club. She's a member. And then I'm also going to put Gina as a charter member of the club because she's another one that's the queen of the flip. Because this is how it happened. The reason why I tell you all these people attack first is because they're really covering up stuff about themselves. That's why they attack first. The attack is to get you off of me. The attack is so you don't come close to me. The attack is so you don't come close to any of, get intimate with me or discover anything about me that you might reject. I'm now figuring out about Gina, why she decided to attack Clint first, because we all know that's what happened from the very beginning. She attacked Clint first, and I still hold true, and I say it to this day, that if Gina had never attacked Clint physically, Clint would have never attacked her back. And in fact, these two might have actually had a chance, because let me tell you, Clint's a lot of fun. Clint is a lot of fun. I would love to hang out with Clint. I can't believe I didn't like Clint. I love Clint. Clint tells so many jokes. He's so funny, has a good sense of humor. Okay? He has a good sense of humor. Now I can see why Gina attacked him. Clint is all the things Gina wished that she were. And the more that Gina saw that, I think Gina went in on him. Because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure that Gina grew up poor. She says a single mother. I think she grew up with a single mother and the mother struggled. That's what I think. I think Gina grew up poor. Like she said, she's from Arkansas. I'm not saying people in Arkansas are poor, but it's not a rich state. I don't think Gina came from money. And I think that Clint comes from a more middle-class family. I think that Clint grew up in a family where he's 8th generation boating. Boating is an expensive sport. I know. Me and my family, we boat. We do all that outdoor stuff. A boat, jet ski, a water ski, camp. It's not cheap. People think people who go camping and boating is cheap. I know, it's expensive. It is expensive. So Clint grew up more in a middle-class family. He grew up with a little bit of money. And when poor people come up against people who are middle class, they're already intimidated. Gina was intimidated by Clint's background, his history. She absolutely was, which is another reason why she likes to talk about all her accomplishments. Okay, that's another reason why. Because what Clint was doing was, he didn't even know he was doing it. Just by talking about his life, just by talking about where he came from. I like to sail. It sounded bougie. It sounded bougie to Gina. Oh, he's bougie. He likes to sail. He likes to do these things. He's outgoing. He's adventurous. Adventure takes money. To go on all these adventures Clint's going on, and you got to have some money. You gotta have the right hiking gear. You want to go on a fishing adventure. You gotta have the right gear. Adventure is expensive because you gotta have the right equipment. You gotta be able to get there. You gotta be able to do things. And what we find out is Gina hasn't been anywhere. They go on this little hiking trip in Tennessee. She says she don't even get outside the city. Gina has no adventure in her. She ain't been nowhere. She ain't done nothing because she grew up poor and she's not used to those things. And when she saw those parts in Clint, she got jealous of it. So then she started picking on him. Like I told you, pickiness is a way to back people up off of you, and it's because of your own insecurities. And that's what happened to Gina. So Gina, that's why she worked so hard. She don't ever want to be poor again in her life. She came from that life. I don't want to ever be poor again. Maybe if that's what she talked about, people would have had more empathy for her. Maybe if she told the story, I grew up poor. Don't just say single mother, because a lot of people grew up with single family household, but that doesn't mean they were poor. Say you were poor. and say, because I was poor and there were times when maybe we didn't even have no lights in the house or whatever else, now I work with this level of discipline and this hard work because I never want to be there again. At least it will make people more empathetic to you. But instead what you do is you pick on people. That doesn't make people feel empathetic towards you. Now that I know who Gina really is, I make it feel a little bit more sorry for her. Because now I realize all this stuff is a cover up for her background in her life, right? When she starts to tell us next week that, you know what, she gets along with women, but she can't with men. Why? Because there's probably trauma behind there. I don't trust men, so therefore you attack men from the very beginning. There was no reason why she had to attack Clint from the beginning on his looks. There was no reason for it, but to be able to establish a level of dominance over him because she was feeling like he had one over her just because of his life. Let me say that again. She had to establish a level of superiority and dominance over Clint in the very beginning. That's why she used his looks, because she was feeling inferior to him. And so what she had to do was make herself feel better than him. And what she used was his looks. And then she tried to use all this business stuff as well. I'm a salon owner. I'm a mogul. I'm the next Rihanna. It's to establish dominance and superiority over people, because the truth of the matter is she actually feels less than them. She feels less than them because she hasn't experienced a lot in life in terms of adventure or trips. None of this. She's done none of that. None of it. She's a lie. She's a lie. And her home life, her family life, no. She doesn't come from any money. She doesn't come from the things that Clint has grown up doing, sailing. He's talking about going and sailing around the world. Gina probably don't have but maybe a 1 stamp on her passport. 1. Out of the country. Probably 1 stamp. Now I know where all this comes from. But this is why people need therapy, because then what happens is you show up in relationships the wrong way. You should have shown up in the relationship with a different position, but she showed up in the relationship aggressive. But you know what? It's turning around. It's turning around, people. I was happy to see it. I actually enjoyed their segments. They're laughing. They're joking. But I don't know if it's going to work, because I don't know if Gina could ever get over the way she started this relationship. I think that Clint could. I think Clint could get over it. But I don't know if Gina could, because Gina really is very, very insecure. I think Clint might just be too much for her. I'm telling you, Clint is funny. He's outgoing. Looks like he got a little money to him. He's got a little sophistication to him because he uses big words. He's intelligent. I think he intimidates Gina. When they sit and they talk, we talk about the robot heiress and never looks at Jasmine when he talks because he doesn't want anyone to look into his soul. Gina does the same thing with Clint. Gina don't look at Clint when she's talking to him. Gina looks out into space just like Eris, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to hide. Their soul is trying to hide from you. They don't want you to really see them. That's why Gina didn't even want to live with him. Remember, Gina didn't even want to live in the apartment. Talking about we're better off living apart. How, Gina? You can live in the other bedroom. She didn't want to be in the house because she didn't want Clint to have any more ammunition into who she really is. She's trying to hide from him because of her own insecurities. When they went on this redneck, a tour bus, Gina knew all the terms. Gina knew all the terms on this redneck, a tour bus, because guess what? She from Arkansas. That's who Gina is. I'm not going to call her that because I think that's kind of, some people take offense to that word, so I'm not going to say that's what she is, but she's used to seeing it. She's used to being around it. She's from Arkansas. She knew all of the answers, all of them. The people who were lost were the people like Nicole from New York, New Jersey. Then she like, what the heck? What are these terms? But I got family from the South. I even knew some of them terms. But let me tell you, Gina is from Arkansas, probably lived in a trailer park and was poor with lights getting cut off. That's probably who Gina is. That's where Gina comes from. She needs to tell that story. She needs to tell that story instead of telling the story about how she's a salon owner with a 26-inch size waist and she's athletic and adventurous. Girl, can we get the real Gina? Can we get the real Gina? She's in the club of the queen of the flip because she was blaming everything on Clint. But I'm going to give her a hall pass this week, y'all, because Gina is doing much better. And I really, really did enjoy their interaction. But Clint is carrying this marriage. I mean, he's carrying it with his lightheartedness. He's carrying it with his humor. I'm going to just dote on him a little while because I've spent so many episodes before talking about Clint. I'm going to dote on him for a while. He is funny. He brings a lighthearted conversation almost to every conversation. He brings a joke. He brings something funny. He's outdoors. He's adventurous. He's a lot of things. He has ambition. I'm telling you, I actually think Clint would make a good mate from somebody because I think the negatives that I saw with Clint earlier on, I think they're manageable. And I think what Clint is he's a fighter. He knows how to fight back. So when Gina came at him, it means that he learned how to fight back. But it goes back to what I said about this whole big D energy. If you don't bring that out in him, he wouldn't even bring it out. This is why I tell people, don't be trying to make people be something that they're not. If Gina had never bucked up and said those things, I don't believe Clint would have said those things to him because I actually don't think he's a spirited person anymore. I don't think that. I don't think it at all. I really would hang. If I'm ever in Nashville, Clint, I'm going to call you up and we can go out and have some moonshine because I know that moonshine put you under. It put you under. He was eating cold pizza the next day. That's why you know you hung over. When you eating cold pizza and trying to put some bread on your stomach, you know you drank too much. You drank too much. But that moonshine sounded good. I never had all them different flavors of moonshine. I really haven't. But I would love to try it. I would absolutely love to try it. I've never been to Nashville. I hear it's a fun city, but the next time if I ever get there, I'm gonna definitely check that place out and try those flavors of moonshine because that peanut butter and jelly and all those different flavors, it sounded good, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, it sounded really good. I actually think these two could have worked out because I actually can see how in the past Clint might have dated women who were, like he said, slim and slender and might have been a little ditzy up here in the head. And the truth of the matter is the fact that Gina is a businesswoman and she's very strong-minded and she's determined, I think Clint does like that about her. Because I think that maybe he might have dated women who might not have had that trait. And I think he appreciates that in her, but she's a little bit too much of it, right? I think that if she could learn how to have a little bit more fun, learn that from Clint, he would appreciate her hard working side, but she would need to learn how to let up. And if she got rid of this veneer that she has, if she got rid of the veneer, she might could move into that space. If she got in touch with the reason why she works so hard, if she got in touch with that, it is what Clint said to her when she said, have you ever had a contributor in your life? Gina was always talking about paying bills and paying payroll. He says, but have you ever had a contributor? And the answer to that, Clint, is no. Not only has she never not had a contributor and it was all on her, she's never seen a male contributor in a house. She didn't grow up with a father in the house who went out and worked and brought money home. All she saw was a mother who had to make all the money, and that's what she looks at with her household. I've got to make all the money. I've got to do it all myself because I don't even know what it looks like. And so when a man comes along like a Clint, who is a contributor, she doesn't know what to do with them. I really hope these two can turn around, y'all. I cannot believe I'm here, but I really hope these two can turn it around in this marriage, that they can find a place and they can make it. I'm starting to root for them. How many episodes we got this season? Is it going to go to 20 episodes like it did? We only on number 11. That means we got 9 more episodes. But you know what? I know it ain't going to work out because we keep seeing those clips of Clint when he was kissing on Dom. Oh, heck. My reality just came back. But we find out that guess who probably spoiled it first? Because we saw that other clip. We saw the other clip of when Lion Mac says he drops down in Gina's DMs. So now we're going to figure out who did it first. Did Clint kiss Dom first, or did Mac drop down in Gina's DMs first? I'm going to say that Mac dropped down in Gina's DMs first. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that Mac dropped down in Gina's DMs first, and then after that, Clint did what he knows how to do, and that he knows how to get back. Clint doesn't throw the first punch. He counterpunches. Just like on the put down, he counterpunched Gina. And what I'm going to say is that Mac dropped down in Gina's DMs, and Gina didn't do anything about it, and it made Clint mad, and Clint's get back is to kiss Dom. But the culprit, the one who started it, was, like I told you, Lion Mac with no boundaries. I told you I knew who Mac was. I think he started it, y'all. I'm going to believe that Mac started it. Gina didn't do anything because Gina's insecure and she would love that. You know, she would love to feel like that. And I think then maybe Clint got offended, and that's why he and Dom kissed on the get back. But we'll see. So yeah, I guess I can't be too hopeful because we already see how it ends. They should have never showed us that. I would have started to root for Gina and Clint. If I hadn't seen them clips, I would be rooting for Gina and Clint right now. But I can't root for them because now I know that it ain't gonna end like that. Oh well. Okay, y'all. Well, that's it. Be sure to watch my other videos. I'll talk to you later. Bye.